Brilliance Audio presents The Hyperspace Trap by Christopher G. Nuttall, performed by Jennifer Jelsma. Corporate would be very annoyed with him, even if he could prove the world was under siege. If there was one thing corporations and the military had in common, there was always someone flying a desk who thought he knew better than the man on the spot. "If we can get an escort, we'll be safe," he said firmly. "And if we can't, we'll fly an evasive course. No one is expecting us to arrive on a precise date." Jeanette smiled. "How lucky for us." "Quite," Paul agreed. He glanced from Jeanette to Slater. "Are there any other matters that need to be addressed?" Jeanette smiled mischievously. "Mr. Cavendish and his family will be expecting a formal welcome, sir," she said. "You'll have to dress up for it." Paul tried not to groan. The regular uniform was bad enough. Whoever had designed their attire clearly didn't have to wear them. But the dress uniforms were worse. His outfit was covered in so much gold braid that he looked like an admiral from a comic opera navy, while the midshipmen and stewards resembled military captains and commanders. He'd never been able to shake the feeling that people were laughing at him behind his back whenever he wore the dress uniform. "Select a handful of junior officers and stewards to join the reception," he said. The order was mean of him, but he might as well spread the misery around. Besides, he'd never met Robert Cavendish. The man might take offense if only a couple of people greeted him. "How many others do I have to meet and greet?" Jeanette made a show of consulting her terminal, as if she didn't already have the information locked away in her mind. "There are 3 other passengers of sufficient status to warrant a personal greeting from you," she said. "It would also build goodwill if you were to spend some time in each of the lounges." "I'm sure it would," Paul said. He told himself not to take it too personally. Kissing hands and buttocks, hopefully metaphorically, was part of his job now. Besides, he did have a good crew. Jeanette could handle anything that might reasonably be expected to happen while they were in orbit. "Is there anything else?" "Mr. Cavendish might demand your personal attention, sir," Slater said. "We had a number of high-ranking guests on Capricorn. They seemed to believe that Captain Hammond was their personal attendant." "And he does pay the bills," Paul said. "Do we have anything on his previous conduct?" "No," Jeanette said. She met his eyes. "In his case, sir, that might be meaningless." Paul nodded stiffly. The host crews kept files on their guests, files that were shared with other host crews. He'd heard they were even shared between corporations, although it was technically against corporate guidelines. An unpleasant passenger would discover that his reputation had preceded him. And a good passenger would have the same experience, he mused. It wasn't something he wanted to discourage, but in a better way. "It might," he agreed. He pressed his hands together tiredly. It was probably a good sign. He'd seen some of the files. A number of people, powerful people, had been marked as everything from being lousy tippers to having wandering hands. Robert Cavendish wouldn't have been spared. "I think we can hope for the best," he said. "Are there any other matters?" "We may run out of special ultra-expensive scotch," Jeanette said. Logistics was her responsibility. "The shipment from Nova Scotia was delayed, apparently." Paul smiled. "Let's hope that's the worst problem we face," he said. "They'll have to drink expensive scotch instead." "Disaster," Slater said deadpan. "The end of the world." "I'm sure some of them will feel that way," Jeanette agreed.